welcome back to the channel. So we are live now, and in this live session we will do various aspects related to four major points. First point being related to preference shares. Second point being related to ratio analysis. First, let's talk about the preference shares. So when we issue bonus shares, they can be made out of the premium collected in cash. बोनस शेयर्स हम इशू कर सकते हैं, जो हमें शेयर प्रीमियम मिला है उससे हम बोनस शेयर्स इशू कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट वी हैव द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ग्रॉस डिविडेंड रिसीवेबल एंड डिविडेंड रिसीव्ड इज डेबिटेड टू टीडीएस. टैक्स डिडक्टेड एट सोर्स के लिए हम उसको यूज कर सकते हैं. डिविडेंड दो एजीएम्स के बीच में अगर डिक्लेयर किया जाए, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज इंटरिम डिविडेंड. We all know this. We are following KWA approach, that is keyword analysis approach. Share forfeited account is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet by adding the paid up capital. Unclaimed dividend is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet under the heading current liabilities and provisions. This is clear. A company issued 10,000 shares of ₹10 each, ₹2 payable on application. Public applied for 11,000 shares. The share application account is credited by 22,000 shares. The discount and issue of shares account is a loss of capital nature. जो किस nature का loss है? Capital nature का. When preference shares are redeemed out of profits, otherwise available for dividend, sum equal to the nominal amount of the shares must be transferred to CRR, that is Capital Redemption Reserve. नेक्स्ट वी हैव प्रॉफिट ऑन कैंसिलेशन ऑफ ओन डिवेंचर्स. अपने डिवेंचर्स की जो कैंसिलेशन की है तो वो कहाँ जाएंगे? P&L अकाउंट में, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट. नेक्स्ट वी हैव डिविडेंड कैन बी पेड ओनली आउट ऑफ करंट ईयर्स प्रॉफिट. सिर्फ करंट ईयर के प्रॉफिट से ही आप डिविडेंड दे सकते हो. अ कंपनी कैन परचेज इट्स ओन शेयर्स. एक कंपनी अपने शेयर्स का परचेज कर सकती है तीन केसेस में, इक्विटी, प्रेफरेंस और डिवेंचर्स के केस में. Next we have, after reissue of forfeited shares, the balance of forfeited account will be transferred to capital reserve account. Next we have, which of the following may be utilized by a limited company for the redemption of redeemable preference shares. क्या चीज अगर redemption के लिए यूज की जा सकती है? That is workman compensation fund. Next is premium on redemption of debenture. प्रीमियम ऑन रिडेम्पशन ऑफ डिवेंचर, ये किस तरह का अकाउंट है? पर्सनल, रियल के नॉमिनल, इट इज ऑफ पर्सनल अकाउंट. नेक्स्ट वी हैव तुलसी कंपनी लिमिटेड परचेज लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग वर्थ ₹28,80,000 and in lien issued debentures of ₹100 each at discount of 4%. What is the number of debentures issued? That is 30,000. Next, when company issue shares to vendors of assets for consideration other than cash, then such shares are issued at any of these. Then next we have profit on reissue of forfeited shares. ये कहाँ पे ट्रांसफर करना है? कैपिटल रिजर्व अकाउंट में. Interest paid on money borrowed for construction is shown in asset side of the balance sheet. Share forfeiture account is shown in the balance sheet under share capital account. On forfeiture of unclaimed dividend, the account is transferred to capital reserve. Discount allowed on the issue of shares or debenture is shown in asset side of the balance sheet. Dividend can be paid only out of current year's profit. Bonus shares are issued by a company when it wants to pay dividend by issuing shares. While declaring bonus shares, the accounts to be credited is bonus to shareholders account. Next we have premium on the redemption of debentures account is a personal account. ये कौन सा account होता है? Personal account. This is also clear. Next question. Cost accounting. Costing using double entry system. Cost accountancy क्या क्या include करता है? Costing, cost accounting, cost control, cost audit. Which of the following are objectives and functions of cost accounting? सबसे पहले settlement of cost, control of cost, guide to business policy. तीन चीजें. Next important, which of the following is primary objective of cost accounting? The settlement of cost. Aggregate of all direct costs, that is prime cost. And expired cost resulting from a productive usage of an asset is called expenditure. एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ लॉस क्या होते हैं? ऑब्सोलेंस एंड डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ स्टॉक। कॉस्ट किसमें सर्टेन करनी है? कॉस्ट सेंटर और कॉस्ट यूनिट में, दैट इज क्लियर। सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री कॉस्ट यूनिट इज टन। टिम्बर मिल कॉस्ट यूनिट इज क्यूबिक फुट। टिम्बर मिल की बात की जाए, लकड़ी की इंडस्ट्री, उसकी अगर हमें स्पेसिफिकेशन करनी है वो हम क्यूबिक मिल में करते हैं, क्यूबिक फुट में, फुट के हिसाब से कितनी लंबाई है उसकी। Contract costing is more suitable to building dam and bridges, all the industries. Example of process costing, all the above, textile, sugar, chemicals, सब process में आते हैं. Which of the following is not the technique of costing? Contract costing technique नहीं है. That is the technique and process of ascertaining cost accounting. Who is the main user of cost accounting system? That is management. Comparison of actual with standard cost is the main step of cost control. In cost accounting, the expenses are classified as direct and indirect. उसमें क्लासिफिकेशन की जाती है, एक डायरेक्ट में, दूसरा इनडायरेक्ट में. In cost accounting, the stock is valued as cost price. Clear cut, clear. Done. We have some important announcements, that is CRISIL, Credit Rating Investment, Securities, in- Investment Limited. Here is, these are the five definitions which I would be asking you after 5 minutes. CRISIL, CARE, DWR, ICRA, SAMERA, and Fitch. What are these all five? So I have given you five terms which you need to tell me, that is CRISIL. CRISIL is basically CRISIL is basically Credit Rating Information Services of India Limited. Next we have a term that is CARE. Here is again a rating agency, CARE, that is a rating agency. That is Credit Analysis and Research Limited. Next we have ICRA. ICRA is also a rating agency. ICRA is also a rating agency. ICRA, a rating agency that was set up in 1991, and it is Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India. That is ICRA. Research, Care, Credit Analysis and Research Evaluation. ICRA is Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India. Investment Information and Credit Rating Agency of India. Now coming to the main topic again. Next we have methods of costing. मेथड ऑफ कॉस्टिंग की बात करते हैं। एक हमारे पास आती है यूनिट कॉस्टिंग। यूनिट कॉस्टिंग को हम क्या कहते हैं? सिंगल कॉस्टिंग। डॉक्यूमेंट प्रोवाइड करते हैं सैमरी ऑफ डिटेल्ड कॉस्ट ऑफ अ कॉस्ट सेंटर ऑफ अ कॉस्ट यूनिट। इसे बोलते हैं कॉस्ट शीट। कैसा फॉर्मूला होता है? टू फाइंड आउट द रॉ मटेरियल कंज्यूम्ड, ओपनिंग स्टॉक प्लस परचेजेस माइनस क्लोजिंग स्टॉक। क्या फॉर्मूला है? टू फाइंड आउट द वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस। वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस के लिए प्राइम कॉस्ट प्लस फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड प्लस ओपनिंग वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस माइनस क्लोजिंग वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस। Next, the profit may be calculated as a percentage of both cost and sales. Next, are useless for further production is called scrap. Sold at scrap material. Reduced cost of material consumed. Which of the following are job order industries? Printing, construction, and bridges. In job costing, dash cost analysis is made, element-wise or function-wise business. The cost details of overhead can be from standard order number. That is also clear. Next we have in batch costing, production is undertaken for stock and sold on demand. Next, the setting up cost is fixed per batch. Next, to determine the economic batch quantity, cost should be divided into direct and indirect. Next is EBO, economic batch quantity. The loss incurred on an incomplete contract is transferred to profit and loss account. Next question. In contract costing, the surplus of material is credited to contract account. Management accounting helps the management in all of the above. In management accounting, the analysis is done for monetary and non-monetary transactions. The scope of management accounting is extended to financial cost and management accounting, all the three. Next is management accounting provides information to management. Management accounting is a tool which helps the management in both planning and organizing. So these are really important questions going on. The basis for cost accounting is financial accounting. Which of the following accounting system has a wider scope? That is management accounting. Financial accounting is based on dash, whereas management accounting is based on dash. Financial accounting is based on measurement, whereas management accounting is based on judgment. Financial accounting is more objective, but management accounting is more subjective. Management accounting is only to guide, not to supply the decisions. This is also very much positive for our channel, the discussion of MCQs. Next important question. Financial accounting is more objective, but management accounting is more subjective. वो more objective होती है और जो management accounting है वो ज़्यादा subjective होती है. Then next we have that is used to donate stock of raw material, goods in the process of manufacture and finished products. That is inventory. Which of the following is the important function of management accounting? That is performance appraisal, planning and control, and tax administration. The primary objective of management accounting is to enable management to एक maximize करने हैं profits और एक minimize करने हैं losses. Management accounting is connected with the establishment of cost center. Financial accounting किसके साथ deal करती है? Determination of profits. Financial accounting क्या record करता है? Only the actual figures. Financial statements क्या record करती है? Recorded facts को. Financial statements prepared primarily for decision making. Vertical analysis, static analysis. Income statement of a business shows net operating result of a specified period. Excess working capital refer to idle funds which earns no returns. ठीक है, done. Fund flow and cash flow statement analysis. Next we have the ratio analysis. Ratio analysis is one of the most powerful tools of management analysis. According to Dixon, Kell and Bedford, is an expression of comparative relationship between two numbers. Next, we have which of the following is the main objective of a financial statement, that is to show the earning capacity, to know the solvency, to know the debt capacity. In financial statement, the stock is valued at cost or market price, whichever is less on the basis of accounting equation. The selection of method of depreciation and stock valuation. कौन से basis पे होते हैं? Personal judgment of the accountant. Next, the analysis and interpretation of the financial statement will reveal the financial position. What is important to make interpretation more meaningful and useful? Comparison. The process of comparing various financial factors of a company over a period of time. Intra-firm comparison. The process of comparing financial factors of one company with other company. Inter. Which of the following is a technique of financial statement? All of the above. Which of the following asset is not a current asset for the purpose of calculating asset test? Stock turnover. Stock turnover activity ratio में आता है. Liquid assets include cash, debtors, and marketable securities. Debtor turnover ratio is calculated by credit sales over average debtors. Gross capital employed is equal to fixed assets plus current assets. Gross profit ratio is the ratio of GP to total sales. And net profit ratio is NP to total sales. Sales of inventory for cash will cause the current ratio remain unchanged. Current ratio is increased by selling the old machine for cash. Rate of interest is the ratio between ROI is the ratio between net profit and capital employed. Then operating ratio is given by total operating cost, total operating revenue. Then liquid ratio is also known as asset test ratio. Then this is all about accounting for any government examination, 50 marks. After 2 minutes, we will start with the auditing video where we will discuss the various questions relating to auditing, and that is the most important chapter. After that, we will move to economics and then business studies, and then we will have certain question of stats. So this is your time to revise the already discussed questions with you. So next we are going to talk about auditing. That is the most important topic related to commerce. And in the topic auditing, we will discuss the latest MCQs which would be asked in the examination. we were focusing on auditing. So we were focusing on auditing. The word audit is derived from the Latin word which means order. In Arthashastra is given detailed instructions regarding accounting and auditing. That is for trivia. The government of Bombay started a diploma course in accounting in 1918. Audit of joint stock companies is compulsory. Continuous audit is necessary only for schools and colleges. Final audit is otherwise called as both complete audit and periodical audit. This type of audit conducted for individual proprietorship, that is called occasional audit. Cost and Work Accountant Act was passed in the year 1959. Interim audit is conducted to declare dividend. Internal control is different from interim audit. Internal auditor is appointed by management. Internal auditor acts as an advisor. Dash is useful for new auditors of the company. That is audit program. Next is mainly to avoid errors and frauds, we conduct audit in the business concern. There are greater chances of fraud under the head cash sales. कैश सेल्स में फ्रॉड के चांसेस ज़्यादा होते हैं. Quality report is also called as adverse or negative report. Which section of the Companies Act prescribes the duty of making the report by an auditor? Section 227, subsection 2. Next, when an auditor passes over illegal payments and does not ask for any explanation, he is guilty for misfeasance. Next important. In banking business, the maximum number of partners in a firm is 10. The Partnership Act was introduced in the year 1932. The minimum number of members in a private limited company is 2. The minimum number of directors in a public limited company is 3. Ultra wire means beyond the power of. Pick the subsidiary of STC, Project and Equipment Corporation of India. Which of the following is a public corporation? ONGC. Which one of the following is a non-economic activity cooking by a housewife? RBI Act 1934. Which of the following was abolished in 1970? Which of the following is a public corporation? ONGC. A public corporation is created by special act of parliament. An an unregistered association of 22 persons carrying on business is partnership. Which of the following was abolished in 1970? Managing agency system. The first stock exchange was set up in India in Mumbai. Dealings in stock exchange in India are regulated by Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956. The stock exchange publishes an official list of share prices once in 2 days. Which of the following types of shares attract the dividend at a face value? Preference shares. All sound principles of business are simply ignored in cooperative society. कैपिटल सब्सक्रिप्शन. कैपिटल सब्सक्रिप्शन क्या क्या इंक्लूड करता है? एक तो प्रोस्पेक्टस, एक एग्रीमेंट विद अंडरराइटर, एक अलॉटमेंट ऑफ शेयर्स. Then next is the concept of contributed value. Concept of contributed value is gross revenue from sale of goods and services minus cost of raw material and services rendered. Next we have is sole trader. Sole trader of his business is a monarch. Public enterprises refer to state ownership and management of industrial and commercial undertaking. Public enterprises. Public enterprises are accountable to Parliament or legislature. Public enterprises are accountable to Parliament or legislature. First cooperative movement was started by Robert Owen, one man, one vote, cooperative societies. The shares of a cooperative society are not transferable. शेयर्स को तुम ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकते. ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी की बात की जाए तो वो एक फैक्टेड कंपनी होती है. Then next we have is a joint stock company. Joint stock company का has a separate legal entity, articles पे common seat. Stock exchange is an organized market. जो stock exchange होती है वो एक organized market होती है. Next important we have is of business statistics. Business statistics का important part है हमारे पास, that is related with all the concepts of business statistics. After a 2-minute break, you will explain the important topics of business statistics and business environment. Then next is business economics. बिजनेस स्टेटिस्टिक्स के बाद आते हैं बिजनेस इकोनॉमिक्स के टॉपिक्स. सबसे पहले आता है बिजनेस स्टेटिस्टिक्स में is a quantitative data affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of causes, that is statistics. बोले ने जो दिया है that is science of averages. Valid comparison can be made only if the data are homogeneous. Interpretation means drawing conclusion from the data collected and analyzed. The purpose of classification is to range the data according to some common characteristics. Financial statistics are basic in the field of money and banking, short-term credit. Histogram is useful to determine more graphically. Which one of the following is not a method of primary data collection, that is records of RBI? Qualitative observation of elementary units are called attributes. Analysis of variance technique is normally used when number of samples are more than 2.